Well, one of the most boring and woeful world leaders, Keir Starmer, could be about to meet one of the world's most energetic and transformative leaders in Donald Trump.
You had a phone call with Keir Starmer yesterday.
I did. I just signed a letter to him. He asked for a meeting, and I agreed to the meeting. We're going to have a friendly meeting. Very good. We have a lot of good things going on. But he asked to come and see me, and I just accepted his asking.
Do you have a date for that, Sarah? And what do you hope to
Very soon. I think he wants to come next week or the week after.
And what do you hope to discuss?
I don't know. It was his request, not mine. But, you know, I've met him twice already. We get along very well. He's a very nice guy.
Joining us now is Spiked Online Editor Tom Slater. Tom, thanks for joining us. Starmer has requested this meeting. How do you reckon they'll get along, and what exactly is Keir Starmer looking for from Donald Trump?
Well, to be a fly on the wall during this meeting, I know it's not their first one, but what completely different characters, as you were saying at the top there, James. You've got Donald Trump, the kind of rambunctious reality TV populist, and you've got Keir Starmer, who's this sort of technocratic lawyer, has all the authority and charisma of a deputy head teacher. They've always been very strange bedfellows. There's obviously a lot to talk about. There's the ongoing trade wars, which America seems keen on waging, which Britain are very keen not to be caught up in. There's, of course, the Ukraine question, pictures of the Munich Security Conference we're seeing on our screens at the moment, where Britain is continuing to want to play its role as kind of Ukraine's best friend in Europe, really hoping for a softer position potentially from the Americans, although I think that will go wanting. So plenty to discuss, but two so totally different characters who are actually having to thrash out these big questions.
Yeah, it's going to be a fly on the wall, as you said, Tom. Now, look, the US Vice President J.D. Vance says that free speech in the UK is in retreat. This is the speech he gave.
The threat that I worry the most about vis-a-vis Europe is not Russia, it's not China, it's not any other external actor. And what I worry about is the threat from within, the retreat of Europe from some of its most fundamental values, values shared with the United States of America. In Britain and across Europe, free speech, I fear, is in retreat.
I thought he made some very interesting comments there, Tom. But in terms of the UK, I mean, it was only a week or so ago when a person in Manchester was arrested for burning a Quran. Is free speech dead in the UK? Is J.D. Vance right?
It's certainly in retreat, and I wish it didn't take the American Vice President to point it out, but that is the world that we live in. J.D. Vance is absolutely right about all of this. We've had people being arrested for Quran burnings recently. As you say, a survey from a few years ago found that 9 people a day were being arrested in England and Wales for posting offensive things on the internet. We even have school children who have been issued with these non-crime hate incidents for calling each other names on the playground. If that's not a free speech crisis, I don't really know what is. And it's particularly sinister in this country because, as we've seen in many other countries as well, at the same time as we've got people having their collars felt by the police for things that they say and sound off about on the internet, petty crime, violent crime is going even unpunished or underpunished. You know, you're very unlikely to get a policeman to attend in the UK if your house has been burgled, if you've been burgled by someone. But if you tell them they misgendered you on the way out, they're probably going to send the SWAT team around in about 5 minutes. It's completely absurd. And I'm glad J.D. Vance has pointed it out. The question is whether or not our own political leaders will take any of this on board.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree with you more that it's just such a shame you've got to have the US Vice President pointing out the bleeding obvious to what has been one of the great bastions of freedom in the world, the UK. Tom Slater, thanks so much for your time tonight. Really appreciate it.